Well, good afternoon and evening, everyone. This is Tarek Wator. It is Monday. Yes, it's Monday, February 5th. It is what was it, day 36? Yes, day 36 is
These
upon us.
nuts.
I almost got it wrong. I almost feel like I need to double check because I am so distracted and just behind on everything right now. There are so many things that have to get done in the house, in this room, in the yard, financially. Like everything needs to be organized, and I'm just behind on all of it right now. I guess you can equate it to the weekend, but I do have my carbonated tea. I was kind of wanting some anyway. Another part is right now I am trying to figure out if it's just allergies or if Buttercup and myself might be getting a little bit sick. I'm just hoping it's allergies, but it's still a pain in the butt because it's really hard to get anything done. But no, I was working on my phone. I need to reorganize all of my computer storage because I'm noticing the more I do these projects, the amount of storage I have just ticks lower and lower and lower and lower. And I'm watching. I'm like, oh, there it goes. Yeah. Um. So far, it's showing that I don't think 9 terabytes is going to be enough on my computer at this rate. I'm probably going to need another 10 terabytes at least by the end of the year. That's what it's looking like right now. Is just how much storage I'm going to need. I could make an external storage system that connects like USB Type C. I'm not fond of external storage because I don't trust its efficiency, if you know what I mean. But USB Type C's faster so long as I'm only doing like, media storage and I'm not doing editing through an external. I'll have to look at all that kind of stuff. Is USB Type C even going to be fast enough to do editing on Adobe Premiere? I don't think so. Adobe Premiere is it's pretty demanding. Yeah. And I'm going to be on it again today. And by the way, as you're seeing in the video here, I'm using Animal Crossing earlier than I planned on because I try to keep which games I use spread out a little further. I'm using Animal Crossing because Lilia in the living room specifically asked for. Well, she's asking me to get certain things for her island because she doesn't have enough Nook Miles points. She's literally she's turning her island into some kind of Mario Run theme park thing. I'm like, you have a lot of dedication to your island. Me? Oh, Sweet Pea is having fun. Yeah, she's been doing a lot more screaming lately. Ain't it great? She screams for everything, really. But yeah, I'm looking at all the stuff I need to like by the beginning of next month at the latest, I'd say. I need to rent a wheelbarrow for outside so I can move dirt to the backyard. By the way, remember a couple days ago I said my microphone was muted and I had to rush everything? That was one of the things I was talking about, is just how badly I'm going to need a wheelbarrow so I can move dirt around and reseed my front lawn. And that's an abbreviated version compared to what I said last week. Yeah, that'll need to be done. That'll help free up the, well, not free up, but it'll move that dirt away from my daughter, from Buttercup's trampoline, because she's got that out there, and there's that dirt mound that's right there, and that excess dirt that I can't use anymore, I can also, putting in the backyard is good because there's been a lot of water erosion that started even before we moved in here, where there are exposed tree roots in the backyard along the fence lines where it's just water eroded all the dirt away. So those tree roots are exposed. And that's not exactly a good thing because We'll see if we get another wet year, but I expect it to be dry. But if it's a wet year, that's not good. We'll need more soil back there to protect those trees. We already had a few fall. But since I already have the dirt here, I don't have to ask the property managers to do it. I can just toss it back there, stamp it down kind of thing. And then that will allow me to reseed the parts of the front lawn. I wouldn't mind asking them if I can pour like shallow concrete right there to kind of widen the walkway, because then that would also allow me to use a barbecue grill on the front walkway. Because I can't exactly do it on the driveway. It's too dangerous over there right now. I got to talk to property management about that too. But anytime I try to talk to property management about things that need to get done, they start complaining to me about things they want me to do. I'm like, that doesn't really bode with the fact that there are certain things that are becoming full-on safety hazards. Like we can't use the driveway because the carport is its roof is literally crumbling apart. Like you can't be under there without a piece of wood falling on your head and nails. It's really crumbling apart, and they've known it's been damaged before we moved in. And again, it was because a tree limb fell on it. But because it's not the inside of the house, it's not much of an issue. The inside of the house has its own issues, but that's because the contractors they hired to renovate this place, those contractors really ripped off property management. They did not even insulate the main floorboards from this raised foundation property. They didn't insulate those main baseboards. So they put those linoleum faux wood boards on top of there without any insulation. So in the winter, all the moisture from outside comes up through the floor and it warps all the boards. There's some that are coming up. They crack really easily because there's nothing insulating. And boy, howdy, does it get cold during a cold snap. The first thing you feel is right in your toes. Ugh, it's pretty bad. But that's why I need to replace this bed. It's the sheer amount of moisture we get in here during the wintertime. Again, because the contractors they hired ripped them off big time. There's no insulation under those boards. And there are spots where you can see the baseboards with no insulation. There's no caulking or anything. It's livable. Yeah, it's livable. I can't complain much beyond that. I'm still working with them. I'm being reasonable with them, and I'm trying to keep up on the projects in order to make improvements that I'm capable of doing on my end. Like I like when I fixed the bathtub yesterday, I didn't go to them and was like, "Oh, this thing's broken. Go get another one." I could technically bill them on our next rent because that is part of tenant rights. If there is a repair that needs to be done, check your tenant rights within the United States. It varies from state to state, but with tenant rights here in Oklahoma, if there's a repair that needs to be done and you can immediately just get it done and prove that it needed to be done, like replacing a piece of a drain or something like that, or replacing a part in a toilet, you can buy the part, do the work yourself, and then you can actually bill your property management for that part. I don't know about billing them for the labor, because if you did it yourself, then there's no labor bill. But if you have to hire a plumber, be fair, do the steps that property management would too. But if you do the repair yourself because you have the capability, you show it's done, and you have the old part that failed, and the bill for how much that costs, you can bill them for it, and they can, deduct that from your next month's rent. That is within Oklahoma's tenant rights. So I could technically do that, but am I going to bill them for something that I think was like $12? No, I don't even think it was. I'll double check my receipt, because it was either that drain stopper or just a piece of rubber with a little propane on it that you put on ceiling fans. Speaking of ceiling fans, the one up here, I can't even put the little cover on there because I cannot find a light bulb that will fit that thing. I keep asking them if they have the old installation manual and warranty manual for these ceiling fans, because I need to know precisely what light bulbs they're using because I can't find them. I mean, Walmart doesn't have them, Home Depot doesn't have them, Lowe's doesn't have them. This is why I hate the ceiling fan industry. They use so many proprietary parts to make it harder and harder just to replace a light bulb, where some of the time you end up wondering if you have to replace the whole ceiling fan itself, and sometimes it feels like that's the purpose. Where they're saying, oh, yeah, when the light goes out, like when the light finally burns out or shorts out, because it shorted out. It was an LED. It shorted out. And now I have to debate whether or not I have to replace a ceiling fan as a result. That's a pain in the butt. Well, there's a lot that needs to happen here, and I mean, I've got time. I'm not wasting my time and money on drinking, so I've got all the time in the world to just get these things done. Energy is another thing. Getting the energy back, but spring is upon us, and boy, I am worried because if my allergies are acting like this, my asthma is going to let me know. And don't get me started on that, because the manufacturer for the asthma inhaler for, I think it was Albuterol, the main manufacturer announced that they're not going to make it anymore because the federal government wasn't letting them gouge the price anymore. So they said, fine, we're just not going to make it anymore. This is why I don't like big pharma. This is also how it shows that the big businesses own the government, really. So that's a whole different thing. But it's frustrating because that's an asthma medication I actually need because I have asthma, and now I can't get it. So what little I have to use sparingly until it expires. Purely because they decided they're not going to make it anymore. And I don't even know if generic gets covered on my insurance right now. For a while it wasn't, but we'll see. Because this all happened in the beginning, this happened at the beginning of January. And when it comes to prescriptions on a lot of insurers, especially if they're through government subsidy, they only do that at the end and beginning of the year. And then after those deals are made, they can't do anything until the following year because that's how budgets work. So we'll see how that goes. I am looking forward to getting this work done because I just want to get it out of the way and make this place feel better, you know. Anyway, I gotta cut this here because I've rambled more than enough. I want to get stuff done, so I'm going to. This is Terra Quator on your Monday, February 5th, day 36. No, stop it, me. I'm going to have to look because I'm screwing that up so bad. I hate that I do that. I hate it so much. Don't tell me I'm going to have to redo this entire thing. I'm pretty sure it's day 36. Still. Yeah, I was right. I overthought it. And again, January was easier. January was so much easier. But yes, this is day 36. I'm sorry. My brain's not entirely there right now, and I was worried that was the case. I hope I'm not going brain dead. This is Terra Quator. I'll see everyone tomorrow.